Interest of getting us all home before it gets close to 40 degrees, I think we can start 5 or 10 minutes early. We've got all our conferees here today, so everyone's here for the citizenship part of the ceremony. So without further ado, I think we'll get going on this wonderful Australia Day function that we're having here today. Mani Napudni, which is welcome everyone. Welcome to the Adelaide Plains Council Australia Day celebrations for 2026 here at the lovely air-conditioned Mallala football club rooms. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Wasley. I'm the Mayor of the Council here, and I'll be your MC, I suppose is the word, yeah. And I'll be conducting the formal ceremony as well. We acknowledge that we're meeting on the traditional country of the Kaurna people of the Adelaide Plains and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. We have an apology from Tom Venning, who's the federal member for Grey, which by the way is 92% of the state. He's got a very large part of the world to look after. And the Honourable Penny Pratt, I think, was going to be here. She is. Oh. Welcome to the Honourable Penny Pratt. Thank you for making the trip here today. Yes. And also there's a number of other people here that we need to officially welcome. We've got our Australia Day 2025 recipients from last year, Robert and Ann Arbin, who are here today. We've got some fellow councillors here in the crowd. I look around, there's, there we go, 1, 2, 3, and a deputy mayor hiding over there. And also, importantly, we have 11 residents who today will be taking the final step in becoming Australian citizens. But also a big welcome to you, the residents, the family and friends who've come along this morning to witness the presentations of the awards and also the citizenship ceremony and enjoy this wonderful morning before it gets too hot. A bit of housekeeping. If you could please turn your mobile phones to silent or off, that would be great. Sue over here and Suzanne, where are you, Suzanne? Oh, standing up, hiding by the pole. If anyone needs some first aid, please come forward. Okay, let's get on to the why we're here, the Australia Day part. There's a deep history of the land's first peoples, their culture, traditions and beliefs which are part of Australian life, along with many cultures and backgrounds that enrich us as a community today. The early colonists and settlers arrived with their knowledge and they brought skills with them, such as agriculture, commerce and medicine. These things and many others shaped the development of our country. And being an island nation, this has allowed Australia to find its own way, not under the threat or intimidation of a malevolent neighbour, as in other parts of the world. We're very fortunate. Distance has been our friend. Australians have to work together. We do have to work. But we also solve problems and we resolve issues. We're still doing this today. On Australia Day, we think of working together to build a better future for everyone. It's not easy, but we like to do things our way, the democratic way, the peaceful way. Australia is a stable country and we all want that to continue. Therefore, today should be a day of national pride. Proud of our identity, proud of our forebears, and all who have contributed through time in creating the country we now enjoy. Our people, our culture, our diversity. This is Australia. Having said that, I would now like to introduce the past 12 months Citizens of the Year, Robert and Ann Arbin. In 2025, they were awarded to the Local Legends. Citizenship Year Award was awarded to our local legends, Robert and Ann Arbin. Their contributions to our local community over the past 40 years are many, and to name a few, these include the Two Worlds Melodrama Group, the Mallala Institute, Balaclava Community Arts, Two Worlds Uniting Church, and the Adelaide Plains Interchurch Council, along with Two Worlds at Mallala Primary Schools and more. Robert grew up in the Two Worlds district, and after meeting at a country dance, he and Anne were married, and they've been together for over 50 years. They've been an integral part of the Two Worlds melodrama since its first performance way back in the 1980s, and this continuous service has seen them become life members. It's been a year since we had the pleasure of sharing the stage with them down at Two Worlds for the Australia Day Awards, and I'd like to welcome Robert and Anne to come forward and just give a few moments of what it's been like for the last 12 years for them. Anne and Robert, if you could come forward, please.
Good morning. Mayor Wasley, awardees, new citizens, and all who have braved the heat today. Thank you to the Adelaide Plains Council for inviting us to be the guests of honour today for the handing over of the baton of the Citizen of the Year Awards. I understand this is the first year that a special guest speaker has not been invited, so we are it. It was a huge surprise to be recipients of the 2025 award, but certainly not taken lightly. Both Robert and I grew up when this area was much smaller in population. We simply followed our parents' lead, watched and understood that things didn't just happen unless people made things happen. To participate, connect and enjoy the spirit of a community, therefore volunteering became the normal. And so to us, it's simply a way of life. And what a life of opportunity to engage with others who also value the reward of giving time and your talents. It's so good to look back and so satisfying to know that a day or time given is valued by others, let alone the friendships formed along the way. To the recipients of each of the awards today, I commend you. Volunteers are crucial to local communities, and without them, things just don't happen. It's sad that sometimes people miss that point when they move into a district without the understanding of how country towns work and survive. May they find their own niche. The satisfaction of volunteering is a privilege and a powerful reward. The giving far outweighs the cost of the energy. I congratulate and thank those who have never been recognised with an award to hang on the wall in a picture frame. Please know that your efforts will always be valued by many, and just as importantly, privately by yourself. I congratulate those who have committed to becoming Australian citizens today. May you feel the belonging as you embrace this wonderful and rewarding country. Again, I congratulate each of the citizen awardees for 2026, be it an individual or a group. I add my thanks and encouragement to you as you accept your award. Keep it up. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Morning. This is not my usual position, but I'll get a chance to say something. Mayor Mark Wasley, distinguished guests, and all present on this very hot morning, a typical Australian summer, not to mention a hot breakfast. Thank you to the cooks, wherever they are. Well done. I don't very often have a hot breakfast. That's good. Firstly, thank you to the Adelaide Plains Council for inviting us here today as guest speakers. It was quite a surprise to be asked. However, not such a shock as it was this time last year, being named as Joint Citizens of the Year, an unexpected recognition. In country towns, volunteer is the framework of the community, and it's been a pleasure to have participated wherever I could. I've lived in Two Wells community all my life, and from an early age I remember following my parents who volunteered at community working bees and events in any way needed. The town was a smaller community then, and almost everyone committed their time and energy. Volunteer participation was only often the way to achieve improvement for the local community. I followed it. It was natural for me to follow my father's footsteps, and when he moved on, I was invited to take his long-term position on the Two Wells Institute Committee. And I fully remember at an age of about 9 or 10, dragging a bag of sawdust around the Institute floor with Malcolm Wilson, which we thought was great for about 5 minutes. But after we were told we had to do it for half an hour, it wasn't so good. But that was to get the floor shiny ready for dancers. Although I'm a behind-the-scenes person, this led me to beginning of many other commitments. To me, throughout my good few years, the value and self-satisfaction of steadily volunteering, making new friends along the way, is more than any reward granted. Congratulations to the new Australian citizens and the participants of 2026. A lot can be accomplished when we all do our bit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful insight into their many, many years of helping the community. And we have a little gift just up here behind you. No, it's not a remote for a TV, it's the... there we go. We have some flowers for you both. Thank you so much. And now we're on to this year's Australia Day Awards. Each year at our December meeting, elected members have the interesting task, sometimes a difficult task, to determine the winners of our various Australia Day Awards. We have so many worthy individuals and groups within our community, and we have to determine to make a choice. I'm very proud to recognise our 2026 winners, which will be presented to you in a minute, but also I'd like to acknowledge the number of nominations we received. So if you know someone in your community who is active, going above and beyond, please put in a nomination for next year as well. We'll deal with the next item. Next item on the agenda is the Citizen of the Year. It is Evelyn Dyer. Just a little bit about Evelyn, and I hope you don't get embarrassed. Inspired by her mother and grandmother before her, Evelyn committed her time to support her community through extensive volunteer work over the past ... years. We won't, shall we say how long?
You can say.
Yeah, 30 years, ladies and gentlemen. Two Wells has embraced Evelyn's leadership in community service, with her time being spent across many local organisations and roles. She's been a dedicated member of the Two Wells Country Women's Association since it was established and is now the group's treasurer. Evelyn also volunteers her time as treasurer and event support for the Two Wells Regional Action Team. She's the chair of the Pastoral Care Worker Support Group for the Adelaide Plains Interchurch Council. And this is an interesting one, and an important one. She is a delivery driver for Meals on Wheels. How important is that, to get meals out to our elderly people? She is a member of St Joseph's Catholic Church Parish Committee and volunteers at the community-run Two Wells Craft Shop, which has some excellent bargains. Evelyn's strong commitment to the community is why she's been recognised as our Citizen of the Year for 2026. I'd like to present you with a pin. This is your Australia Day pin. And we have a certificate here. You might want to hold that in front of you. It's your 2026 Citizen of the Year certificate. And we can have photographs now or photographs at the end, whatever you wish. You may wish to say a few words.
And those back to you. Thank you to members of the Adelaide Plains Council, Mr James Miller, the CEO, Mr Mark Wasley, the Mayor, and all the councillors. It was such a surprise when James Miller rang to advise me that I had been awarded this prestigious award. I had mixed feelings: shock, humble, surprise, grateful, and honoured. And as has been said, I am following in my mother and grandmother's footsteps, and I am very fortunate to have had this excellent guidance, and I thank them. I don't volunteer to receive accolades. I volunteer because I enjoy working and helping other people. As Mark said, I have volunteered for a very long time, nearly 26 years since I've been living in Two Wells, and for about another 15 years living in Woomera. I am involved in the following, and it's, as Mark said, all those. With my volunteering for SACWA outside of my community, I chair the Country Cafe Committee, who organises our presence at the Royal Adelaide Show. This involves a few days making between 250 to 300 kilos of fruit into jam for our mini scones, and this year it was 16,700 scones. I don't actually make those, but this equates to about 3.5 weeks in Adelaide for this time. People from Two Wells volunteer to work in the cafe at the show. We are very appreciative of volunteers, and we are proud to say it is run completely by volunteers. I'm also on the Handicraft Committee, and we hold a school each year to teach members many crafts. We try to keep the old crafts alive. Once a month I volunteer at Fred's Van in Salisbury, assisting in cooking and serving meals for up to 50 underprivileged people. I do this with other people from Two Wells as well. I would also like to thank the person who obviously thought I was worthy enough to be nominated for this award. I would like to say to the other worthy nominees, thank you and continue volunteering in this wonderful community. This award is not just for me, it is for all the people I volunteer with and help. Of course, I cannot close without saying I'm hugely indebted to my husband, Rob. He is a great support and he makes a very good secretary when I'm not there. His famous saying is, if Evelyn had a full-time job, she'd be home more. Congratulations to other award winners. And I would like to close with this thought. The best way to help yourself is to help others. Thank you.
Has been awarded to Madison O'Brien. Madison, come up. A little bit about Madison. Last time I saw her, she was about this high. She's now grown into an amazing young lady, and I'll just read some of her achievements. She takes every opportunity to volunteer her time and energy to support the Two Worlds Football and Netball Sporting Club, a club that she's been part of since she was 6 years old. She contributes to working bees, skill development days and matches, and as a netball co-coach and umpire. Madison is a supportive co-coach of the club's under-9 netball team, where she uses her experience to support the next generation of netballers. She is also a member of the Adelaide Plains Netball Association, which she represented at the annual Country Netball Championships and won the APNA, Adelaide Plains Netball Association, the inaugural Junior Golden Whistle Award. Did you bring your golden whistle with you? No. Madison extends her volunteer work to the Two Worlds Equestrian Pony Club and took the initiative to complete a Certificate 3 in Education and Childhood Care while she was completing high school. That's amazing. Madison obviously is a very busy young lady, and it is my honour and privilege to present you with your award and also a pin. The pin is well hidden in this box. You're welcome. And here is your Young Citizen of the Year certificate. And if you wish to say a few words, you can. All right.
Thank you so much. I'm honestly so honoured and grateful to receive this award. I know there are so many people who do such incredible things for our community, so to even be nominated and let alone selected makes me feel extremely lucky and very happy. I was extremely shocked when I received a call from James Miller, so much that I even hanged up on him when he called me. I would like to thank all the people in my life who have played such important roles in my journey and helped me grow. While I can't name everyone individually, otherwise we'd be here all day, please know that you've had such a deep impact on the person I am today, and I truly value your love and support. I'd especially like to thank my family. They are always there for me and support me in absolutely everything I do. I honestly think my mum deserves this award more than me. She's always demonstrated and explained how important it is to give back and help within your community, and that's a value I really appreciate and understand now. I would also like to thank everyone at Two Worlds Football and Netball Club. I've grown up there and they've constantly pushed me to challenge myself, try new things, and supported me while learning. So many people at the club go unnoticed for all that they do, and I hope they know how appreciative I am of all the work they put in behind the scenes to allow me to do the fun things like coaching and umpiring. 2025 was an amazing year filled with so many opportunities to not just support charities and clubs, but actively participate in creating positive change. Through my school, I was invited to take part in Relay for Life, a charity event raising awareness for cancer. I love seeing how many people not only donated money, but showed up and participated. Last November, my mum and I were lucky enough to go on the Cows for Cambodia charity run, where we worked in rural villages to support families who have very little and need the help most. It was mind-blowing to see the impact that even small things have on individuals, families, and entire communities. This experience really opened my eyes to how fortunate we are in Australia and how lucky I am to live in a community where people genuinely look out for each other and work together to help those in need. Congratulations to all other award recipients. The work you do is truly amazing. Thank you again for this award. I really hope I can honour it well.
Congratulations, Madison. I think we're in good hands when we see the younger generation coming through, achieving so many good things in such a short period of time. 5 life memberships awarded to past and current members. Celebrations included speeches, displays of the rural youth movement. I'm old enough to remember the rural youth movement up here, and we used to have wheelbarrow races. I think there was even a canoeing competition down at the Rockies to raise money, but they were always very active. For such a small community, there was always something happening with the rural youth group. And also in the early years of the Mallala Institute productions, which again is all done by volunteers, and it all started years ago where a group got together, sat around the table and decided we want to do something. on the day of the celebration of the 140th anniversary, they were working with the Mallala Museum, the primary school, past and current members, and a display featured photos and memorabilia of concerts, weddings, debutante balls. Yes, I was in one of those. Functions and stage productions, and a plane from the rural youth group. Now that would have been a pretty strange looking construction, I think, if they built a plane. The Institute Committee also performed 2 dances, including the military two-step and a progressive barn dance. And I do remember learning the Pride of Erin. People might remember that dance as well. So, the community event of the year is the Mallala Institute 140th celebrations, and I'd like to present the award, and if Amy Course could come forward. Amy. That is the Community Event of the Year award presented to the group as a whole, and as a representative I'll get you to say a few words.
Firstly, congratulations to all other award recipients. What an incredible honour it is to be standing with you all. To the Mallala Community Arts Committee, thank you for your hard work and unwavering support. We are a group with a strong passion for the creative arts and our beloved institute. Our institute holds a very special place in our community, a place where love has been celebrated, loss has been mourned, and community has come together. Our birthday celebration captured all of that and then some, with a community dance, speeches, an incredible display including photos, memorabilia, and costumes coming from the Mallala Museum, Mallala Primary School, the back shed of the Institute, and many locals. Our day wouldn't have been a success without the support of the Mallala Cricket Club and the primary school. We look forward to stepping back on stage this year, and I strongly encourage you all to attend or keep an eye out for other various activities that we have planned. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Well done. And the final award we have for the Australia Day Awards is the Community Project of the Year. And this year it goes to the Two Wells Fence mural. Those of you who've been in Two Wells would have seen there's a lovely mural in the street there. But in enhancing the streetscape for locals and tourists alike, the northern end of Old Port Wakefield Road in Two Wells is now home to a colourful new mural. It's an initiative of the Two Wells Regional Action Team, and residents came together weekly to work on the project. The artwork was originally designed by Glynis Carrington, and group members stepped up to complete the remaining panels after her passing. Also honouring her extensive volunteering, creativity and love for her community. The project was partly funded through the Office for Ageing Well. Gee, I'm getting into that category. And it brought skills and talent together across a collaboration of local people working with the Two Wells Regional Action Team, bringing great ideas into fruition. The Two Wells Fence mural has been recognised as our Community Project of the Year in 2026, and I'd like to present the award to Roy Bettison on behalf of the group. Roy, please come forward. Come on, team. Congratulations to the Regional Action Team. We'll get a few more of the members up here. And well done to everyone who was involved in this project, just brightening up that little bit of space so that when people move through the town, it catches your eye. Roy, I'll give you the microphone if you wish to respond.
Thank you, Mayor Wasley. Thank you to the Adelaide Plains Council for awarding us this award. That's a bit of double up, isn't it? And also congratulations to all the other recipients of awards this year. Mark's given you a bit of a rundown on what the project was, but I'll just run through what I've got here and how it came about. TRAD been talking about this for quite a while. It's one of those projects where we must do this, because we wanted to brighten up what was a pretty daggy old fence, pretty bent up, dull, not a very good thing for in the main street. First, we need the permission of the landowner, who now resides interstate, so that took a while. And our biggest thing was finding someone with some sort of artistic talent, certainly not me. I discovered that Glenys Carrington, who was also one of my fellow volunteers at the community nursery, had done similar to what we were looking for on some of the raised garden beds there. So I asked her if she'd be a part of it, and she come back, yes, she'd love to, which was great. We then sourced some sheet metal from the men's shed. Needed a little bit of work, we had to scrub it up and prime it and do that, but we got that happening, and that was Steve, Ian, Eddie and myself who got that going. When we were going about this, because we were doing it right next to the community nursery, Danny, the coordinator, said, "Oh, I can get you some money to help along the way." So, well, what do we have to do for that? So he said, "I'll just have a chat to Sue Dugan," which we did. Sue had a seniors grant available. Well, that might not be the proper word, but that's sort of what it was. And at that point, it was very appropriate for the people that were involved. We decided that we'd do about 3 panels at a time. Each panel is 2.2 metres long. That would be enough to tackle, and so we laid those out. Glenys got to work sketching. I think most of us thought we'd paint some bulk areas and Glenys would do the rest, but that wasn't Glenys's idea. Comments were, doesn't matter if you go over the line. Can always be painted out if it's too bad. Nothing's wrong. So we all started to have a go. Glenys's granddaughter, Michaela, who unfortunately hasn't made it along today, came in and joined in, so that started to bring in a different age group to it all. We had other interested people dropping in. Anthea, another one of our helpers from the nursery, used to drop in, and we encouraged her to pick up a brush and join in. Other members of TRAC came along. Along the way, Kayla, buried in here, one of our young members of TRAT, decided she'd come and have a go at it as well. So it started to become that real community project. We got those 3 panels underway and got them up on the fence, and then, okay, well, let's do the next ones. Unfortunately, Glenys's health was starting to deteriorate. She said at one stage, "Look, I've had a good chat with Steve. He knows the direction I want this to go." And said, "I'll get in when I can." After all, she said, "Oh, look, I won't be in for a while." But sadly, she passed away. We finished the panels, those 3, got them installed, and then it was, well, what do we do now? Our artistic guidance is gone. Glenys had made a few sketches on a single panel, and so we got creative and said, well, let's put that half on this panel, this on another panel, and we'll stretch it out and make it 3. That's when Steve and Kayla's creativity started to come forward, and Steve kept coming in with all these little drawings, and we've ended up with panels that are absolutely filled with little fish and all sorts of things. So, we found out that we did have creative ability within our group, and we could go from there. So we got those finished and they were installed around November. We were then busy with the Christmas parade and said, right, it's time to have a break. It's now time to get going on the next panels. We've got 6 more panels to go to complete the fence. What's going to be on those panels? I don't know. Does anyone know? We haven't really discussed that yet, so I'm going to go away for a few weeks, and I think when I come back, hopefully these guys will work something out, and we'll get back into it. We've dedicated this project to Glynis because without her, it never would have got off the ground. We hope you all enjoy it. Thank you.
Nash traditional inhabitants, first generation migrants, or the descendants of our early settlers. Australian citizenship represents full and formal membership of the community of the Commonwealth of Australia. And Australian citizenship is a common bond involving reciprocal rights and obligations, uniting all Australians while respecting their diversity. Persons on whom Australian citizenship is conferred enjoy these rights and undertake to accept these obligations. They do this by pledging loyalty to Australia and its people, by sharing their democratic beliefs, by respecting their rights and liberties, and by upholding and obeying the laws of Australia. Today we have 11 residents who previously resided in a number of countries, including the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Afghanistan, India, Sri Lanka and Germany. They will take the final steps today in becoming an Australian citizen. Our 11 new citizens will be joining more than 15,000 people from over 150 countries, who will be attending more than 300 ceremonies across the nation today. Can I please ask Ben, Kerry, Brian, Musa, Ranjitapal, Karamjeet, Kushpreet, Vijaya Kumar, Sophie, Paul and Pippa to come forward and line up at the front here, please. Now, I'm not real good at maths, but I hope it adds up to 11. Who's the school teachers here? 11, thank you. Wow. I'll make this as easy as we can. It's not difficult and it won't hurt. It's very good. I'll just turn so I can see you all. Before we move on to the formal proceedings, I would like to read a message from the Minister responsible for administering the Australian Citizenship Act 2007. That Minister is the Honourable Tony Burke, Member of Parliament, Minister for Home Affairs, Minister for Immigration and Multicultural Affairs, Minister for Cyber Security, Minister for the Arts, and Leader of the House. His message reads, "In a few moments' time, Australia becomes an even better nation. When you make the Citizens' Pledge, you take on the privileges and responsibilities of Australian citizenship. From that moment, your journey and heritage will become part of our Australian way. We are privileged to share this beautiful country with First Nations Australians, the custodians of the world's oldest continuing culture, and appreciating and understand this truth is a vital part of what it means to be Australian. Australia welcomes you as full members of one of the most diverse nations on earth, where our citizenship is a bond which unites us all. Australia welcomes you and everything you bring to Australia. Today, your new nation says to you, welcome home. As the Mayor of the Adelaide Plains Council, I've been delegated under the Act to administer the Australian Citizenship Pledge of Commitment. Making the Australian Citizenship Pledge is the final step in your becoming an Australian citizen. I'll now read the pledge. I'll read it slowly and you repeat after me. From this time forward, I pledge my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I will hold and obey. Please put your hands together and congratulate our newest citizens while I present their awards. Congratulations, Ben.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kerry. Citizenship certificate. Congratulations. There'll be time afterwards to take photographs with family and friends or with the flags. Brian.
Yep.
Congratulations, Brian. Well done. I know it's hard work doing almost a year-long process. I'm going to guess the next one. Will this be moved up? Congratulations. Raj.
Yeah.
That was close. Congratulations, sir. Your certificate.
Thank you.
Karamjeet. Here we go. Congratulations.
Pleasure.
Here is your certificate, Australian citizen, and welcome. Pushpreet. Your certificate, your Australian citizenship certificate, and congratulations. Well done. Vijaya Kumar. Your Australian citizenship certificate, and congratulations to you for the hard work you've done. Sophie, right here. Your certificate, welcome. Australian citizenship is yours, and congratulations. Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you for dressing for us. Who's left?
Thank you.
Pippa. Your certificate for Australian citizenship. That is the presentation of certificates, but we also have a little bit more. I'm just going to grab our little goodie bag here, which has all sorts of things in it, including a special coin with King George III on it, which is recognising your citizenship. So I'll just hand these bags out. And they contain locally grown acacias, I think.
Yep.
Just a small gift. On behalf of all Australians, I congratulate you and wish you well for your future life as Australian citizens. We will take the opportunity afterwards, if you want to have photographs as a group or individual, perhaps you might want your family and friends to come and stand with you. We'll do that after the official part of the ceremony. I'd now like to invite everyone to affirm their commitment to Australia and its people. So if you could, I would ask you to be upstanding and repeat after me the affirmation for Australia Day. As an Australian citizen, I affirm my loyalty to Australia and its people, whose democratic beliefs I share, whose rights and liberties I respect, and whose laws I uphold and obey. Thank you. If you could just remain standing while we have the national anthem, hopefully the...
Australians, old and us, rejoice, for we are one and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia
and meaningful discussions, welcoming people of different faiths and backgrounds who will embrace and uphold the laws of Australia and who will participate in civic responsibilities that keep our communities safe and fair. You may go and join your families and friends now. To thank a few people. The Mallala Football Club and the Lions Club for preparing this breakfast. And I will single out Pat Bell because I know you had to do a lot of running around. Thank you to the Adelaide Plains Council who sponsored the breakfast and helped put this on. Thank you to our library. Thank you. Thank you to our library and community staff, Sue and Suzanne, who are both here, who make me look very good on the day. Everything works. And thank you to our roving reporter, Mike. He's been taking photos, I think, so that we may see a few pictures get up on the council website and what's that other thing called? Social media? Something I'm not familiar with. Thank you all for attending, and I wish all Australians a safe, respectful and inclusive Australia Day. We'll see you next year over at Dublin. And now is the time for all our award winners and citizens to come forward if they want to have a group photograph. Stay safe, stay out the heat, and have a good Australia Day. Thank you.